thank the leadership of the Republican Women for hosting this forum and for such an important community service. Thank you very much. What a great turnout. And I'd also like to thank and congratulate Ilsa. Ilsa, thank you for making yourself a candidate, for putting yourself out for public office, and congratulations on your campaign. My name is Rob Henneke, and today I ask for your vote for County Attorney. I'm proud to be a product of this community. In fact, I represent the fourth generation of my family to live and work here in Kerr County. My grandparents, Carl Meek and Rosalie Meek Dickerson, moved here to Kerr County after their service in World War II. My grandfather, Carl Meek, was a Navy combat pilot in the Pacific, and my grandmother, Rosalie Meek Dickerson, served as a member of the Women Air Force Service Pilots, where she flew airplanes from the factory to the front line. As a matter of fact, she is being awarded and recognized this year with the Congressional Medal of Honor. Excuse me, the Congressional Gold Medal. I'm very proud of her service. My family raised me to believe in the Christian family values that form the foundation of this community. After graduating from Tybee High School, I was encouraged to challenge myself by attending Georgetown University in Washington, D.C. But Texas is my home. And I returned here after college, where eventually I received my law degree from the University of Texas. After law school, I served as an Assistant Attorney General, working for Texas Attorney General Greg Abbott. But eventually, my wife Leslie and I decided that we wanted to live in a conservative values community. So we moved back here to Kerr County to make a living and to raise our family. In fact, Leslie and I are expecting our first son in a couple months. I'm very excited to be a dad. Operating a small business law practice, I have earned the trust of individuals and small business owners, representing them on a wide range of legal issues. I understand and appreciate the daily challenges that face a small business owner. And furthermore, I've worked with the County Attorney's Office and understand what it does and how it operates. Now, Mrs. Bailey has made a point to focus on her years as a lawyer and to claim that I lack the experience to be a county attorney. Respectfully, I disagree. Experience is more than duration. It is the quality and achievement of experience that matters. I have the mountaintop experiences that Kerr County conservatives should be proud of. For example, as an Assistant Attorney General, I represented successfully the Governor of Texas in a lawsuit about removal of the 10 Commandments from our state capital. We won. Since this process began, I've made becoming Kerr County Attorney my full-time job. And yes, part of this has been campaigning. But most of this has been getting up to speed on the issues that face our county, and by meeting with your local elected and appointed officials, so that I can develop the personal relationships so that on day one I will be and I am ready to be your county attorney. It is important that we have limited, efficient government that works to serve the people. In this effort, I strive to meet the expectations of my parents, my grandparents, Leslie, and our unborn son, which is that I be a faithful servant to the citizens of Kerr County. I measure up as a true conservative, not only as a fiscal conservative, which I am, but as a social family conservative, where I believe in protecting the unborn, living in a Christian-based, family-oriented community, and ensuring our Second Amendment and private property rights are protected. All of you should have one of my brochures on the table in front of you, and I would ask if you would support me. Please take that home with you and give it to one of your friends or neighbors so that we can continue to spread the message about my candidacy. Friends, I am a lifelong conservative in all areas. And for that reason, it is my privilege to ask for your vote for Kerr County Attorney. Thank you very much.
also running for county attorney. 5 minutes.
Thank you, Rebecca, and thank you, Republican women, and all the visitors and guests here today. This is kind of dangerous to give attorneys microphones, so you might have to get out the hook. Just want to tell you a little bit about myself personally first. I'm a 7th generation Texan. I've been living in Kerr County for 20 years and have been involved in Kerr County government for most of that time. I've been assistant county attorney for 2 different county attorneys, and of course now I'm your acting county attorney, and hoping that you will all choose to return me to that position as the elected county attorney for the remainder of this term. I'm married to Dr. Al Graham. He's a physician at the VA hospital. Some of you may know him from out there. I have 2 children, Eva, who's 23, living in Barcelona, Spain, and my son is a freshman in college, Galen, over in Nacogdoches. I believe that community service is as important as my service to the county. I've been on the board of, at my last count, 11 nonprofit boards, officer, president of many of those. I won't recite them. They're in my informational brochure, which I have in the back. I didn't bring enough to put them all on the table, but certainly they're available at my campaign headquarters. And I want to announce that we have a campaign headquarters. It's at 530 Water Street. We'll be having an open house and ribbon cutting on next Wednesday. The ribbon cutting at 5:15 and the open house itself from 4 to 6, and I invite all of you to drop by. My professional background, I graduated from Rice University. I went to both University of Houston and University of Texas law schools. I was appointed briefing attorney for the Texas Supreme Court. I've had private practice experience as a small business owner, just as Rob indicated he does, in not only my own practice, but in the law firm of Bailey, Danford, and Emerson, with Judge Emerson, formerly my law partner, and Harold Danford, and then in a big firm in Austin right after my graduation from law school. My political philosophy is a little bit different from Rob's, I guess. The principles that are important to me in this race are ethical and honest justice, demanding personal responsibility, and exercising fiscal conservatism. But let's talk about what this race is about. It's not a policy-making job. This is a partisan election, but it's not a partisan job. Once we're elected to represent and prosecute and take care of the legal business of all the citizens of Kerr County. So that's the focus of my campaign, and where I think that we have a little bit of difference. We do 2 basic things as county attorney. One you're familiar with, of course, the criminal prosecution, but what you may not be as familiar with is the representation of the county officials that we do. On the criminal side, we prosecute approximately 2,000 adult cases in a year and about 200 juveniles. Last year, we collected over $235,000 in restitution and fees for local merchants on hot checks. Kerr County budget this year is over $25 million. It's important. That's your money. That's my money. We need to make sure that it's run properly and it's not expended inappropriately or in a way that can put us in a liability position. A couple of the previous candidates mentioned that we really were a team, and we are. It's a good team. I enjoy working for it. I appreciate all the other the officials that I've worked with, and I ask for your vote on March the 2nd. Thank you.